Hello, and welcome to the Gers TV. My name is Si Leslie.
I'm Gordon Bond.
And we have a guest tonight. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Joanne Thorburn.
Right, is that you got your nerves out the way? And how do we know you? Do you want to introduce us a bit more, just your name?
I'm the bar manager of Oslo's the City Centre Rangers Bar.
Excellent. Fantastic pub, isn't it?
Yep, very good.
And our show tonight is brought to you by Maxwell, at the heart of it. For any petrol needs you want in Northern Ireland, either diesel, petrol, E5, E10, you name it. Scratch cards.
Very good knowledge of petrol there, Si.
E10 keeps breaking. I better not slag petrol, I was going to slag it, I better know. Anything you want to talk in Northern Ireland, if you want petrol, that's the place to go. Maxwell, at the heart of it. Thank you for that.
Appreciated.
So guys, if you could do us a wee favour, let us know if you can hear us alright with a thumbs up, because I've been messing about for the last half hour. That's not even a word. I've been running about mad for the last half hour, and I probably knocked the speakers off, so I want to make sure you can hear us alright. So just give us a thumbs up, and if you could give us a wee like and share.
Yeah, please like and share.
To get as many people watching as
Far
possible.
and wide.
Like us, and let us know you can see us alright. Keep up the great work, lad. That must be just me then, eh? There you go. So
there we go. We've got a thumbs up at last. That's good. Thanks very much.
So before we start, I'm going to quickly put the goals on for the game at the weekend, and we can quickly talk about that. And then we've got the rest of the show we can do what we want. There we go. So transition. See if this works now. There you go.
Sure.
So,
Can we fast forward to the second half?
that's just the goals. Right, you need to fast forward that. All kidding aside, it wasn't the best of games, but I thought all credit for the boy Tillman, because he was making a lot of stray passes, never hid, and then he got his reward with that goal. It reminded me of my BB days where he dribbled in and his finish was outstanding.
I thought you were saying reminded me you could put the tackle in. You're the one.
I didn't get to the game, but Joanne was there. But like was watching the game.
It was good, a good atmosphere as well.
I was going to ask John, what was the atmosphere like after obviously the game against Liverpool?
It was better than Hearts. No, it was a good atmosphere.
I thought you were going to say better than Liverpool. Then.
A very good atmosphere. Singing, yeah, no, it was good.
I think Lundstrom scoring as well at the weekend, because he's had a bit of stinker in the last couple of weeks, and he got a wee bit of personal abuse off somebody. Not really personal abuse, but because he was playing against Liverpool, I think people kind of thought he wasn't trying or whatever. And again, great goal. There you go. So that's the start there with the goals. I'll just take them off. Let us know what you think of the game, but I'll start with Gordon first of all. What do you think?
Just going to say, guys, that the most important thing was the 3 points. You know, we could have won 8-0, we could have won 1-0 the last minute penalty. We had to get 3 points on Sunday. Gio had to get 3 points on Sunday, and it was job done. Wasn't pretty. Apart from Tillman's goal, wasn't pretty. First half was dire, but we came out the second half, got the goals, and that's all that counts.
Aye, I mean the first. I think there was a like you said to Joanne a minute ago. There was a kind of there's a feeling there would be an atmosphere in there that the fans would be kind of on each other's back or whatever, on the team's back. We just wanted a win. In my opinion, sometimes you just want to get a win and nothing else. However, after the first half, you're thinking to yourself, the shit could really hit the fan here. You're lucky for me for swearing right away. We don't swear on this show, it's a family show, but I've just done it. Other than that, after the game actually, after the second half kicked off, I thought Rangers were superior. Quickly talk about their goal. I thought McGregor was out of position, but again, the guy could shoot that free kick. It was a free kick, wasn't it? Was it a corner? Free kick. He could take that free kick 100 times, he scored it once probably. So it's just one of the things. But Rangers bounced back and got the 2-0 victory, 2-1 victory. I predicted 3-1, they were unlucky to not get the third goal. But the defence looks a bit better than I thought it would be, and Ben Davies I think is going to be a big talent for Rangers. Joanne, what did you think of the game?
First half was difficult. It was worrying as well, because I thought the worst. But then we came out and we done it, and the changes, he's realised we had to get the 3 points on Sunday. It was so important, and we done it. But when they came back and scored that, like their goal, it was still a worry, because you're thinking, oh my God, it's
100%.
We need the 3 points more than anything.
They looked worried. I think the team looked worried when they scored.
We look a bit fragile, I think, and I think when we lost the goal, I don't think they deserve to get in and out of it right enough, but we look a bit fragile, and I think we don't have a lot of confidence. And when we lose a goal, 10 whatever minute was to go, then it shook us a little bit, but we held out.
Yeah, 100%. The other things with the game is as well, I think Leon King, he didn't really criticise himself, but I think he's a wee bit worried about his performance for Liverpool, and he kind of alluded to that in his interviews after the game. But again, that's a young boy that we're depending on. He's really all we've got now, and I think he'll come over. He did have a bad game, but everybody had a bad game in Liverpool. See if we can get the defence. We're going to miss Goldson. I know I've been his biggest critic, but we're going to miss him anyway. But the defence needs to sharpen up a wee bit. I think Ben Davies is certainly going to do that.
Be careful. I've seen a post for your brother Scott actually the other week about be careful what you wish for. The thing about Goldson is I don't think he is the world's best defender, but he is a consistent. He has been a consistent player. He's played every game up until now, and he organises well. So when him and McGregor are in the team together, there's that bit of confidence. The foundations are there.
However, we have got some information. Obviously, everybody else will know this as well. It's no exclusive to anything like that. But Rangers have got players coming back in the next few days. Tonight the B game's on. Can we get any updates on that, Gordon? Did you get?
I've not found it yet because I was preparing for the show. I was doing my hair and makeup and that. So
honestly, it was I thought it was fly spray. Had his
I was doing hair and makeup before the show, so as you well know. How do you get on with the hair? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, listen. I went to the barbers last week because everybody was criticising the long hair. So I went to the barbers and I said to the guy, "Can I get highlights?" And he put a video on his old haircuts.
Right, very good.
That's what happened there. Anyway.
You've been saving that joke up for about 3 months, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's
Hi Donna, how you doing? Good to see you.
So, the young boy Lowry is coming back into the team tonight. I don't know if he's going to play, but in the B team, but he's certainly in the squad, and he'll be a massive addition when we can get him back to the team. And Roof do you think he's going to feature on Wednesday?
I think it would be too soon to be honest, mate.
Back training anyway, so it's
the only problem I've got with Roof is he's kind of making comments all the time on Facebook. He's kind of making you think he's going to play every week with his cryptic. A few of them are doing it. Morelos is doing it. All cryptic posts on social media. However, when was the last time Roof played the Scottish Cup final?
I think so.
So the team could desperately. It would be like a new signing. That's what I was thinking. If we can get him back in the team, but we need him to be fit and consistent to give the strikers an option. The manager an option with the strikers.
I don't think you're rushing back though. I can't see him starting. At the very best, he'll come on for the last 10 minutes or so tomorrow. If
you can keep us up to date with the B team guys with the scores on it. So we're playing Dundee tomorrow night. League Cup. Don't want to sound overly critical on the manager because I know he's been getting totally criticised the last couple of weeks, but I've got to say the media interviews that he's doing, the press conferences and before the game and after them, they don't inspire me at all, and I don't know how we can inspire the team. He made a comment today that after I heard it, I turned the radio off. He says, the League Cup, this is a cup that we can win. I thought that was incredible for a Rangers manager to say that. Every cup you can win, if you can't win it, why would you play in it? He just, I don't know if it's just maybe a slight language barrier, or maybe he's trying to say something else, don't realise what he's saying, but it's he should be out there saying we're favourites to win it. No, it's something we can do, something we can win. It's just I just don't think he at this moment in time he's not a motivational character. Yeah, and you know what's happening now as well. You're getting this stuff that we're not endorsing in any way, but you're getting all this. Gers getting sacked as he coming back to Rangers and that. I don't see Rangers making a change in the managerial situation in the short term. I think it'll be after Christmas at least. Let's hope we can get things changed there. They're not going to replace the manager with half a team out, a full first team out injured, and we can't sign any. Or be a manager who just left them. That's not going to happen. No, absolutely not. That's a no-brainer. People are sending us messages on Gers TV asking what's our thoughts on it. It's just not going to happen. Simple as that. Same as the Bill one. It's not going to happen. The other thing you need to, and I'm no paper nearly cracks here when I say this because somebody will jump in and say, what about the Liverpool game we got horsed? Fully aware that we've been awful in the Champions League and the football's not been great, but since the Celtic game they've been undefeated in the league. They're on a wee bit of a run, so if we can get results when we're not playing well, you're hoping that we can get back into form and the results get the games get better and the results get better. Right, a couple of messages to read out, but I've not got the Gregory Peck, so what I would say is we just not that anyone's interested in this, but just some football news coming through the wires, as I say. Neil Lennon's been sacked as Omania manager. I didn't even know he was a manager at the moment, but
He was managing in Cyprus apparently.
Yeah.
And,
What, you trying to say he's in for the job or not now?
and he's been sat. That'd be an about face with the board, wouldn't it? Absolutely
No,
not.
we hope Joe can pull this through anyway. Let's read the messages out. We've got a few
Look,
in.
see at the end of the day, right? There's 4 or 5 league games until we stop for the World Cup. If we win 4 or 5 league, if we win those 4 or 5 games, which I think 3 of them at home, we could be top of the league, right?
Well,
and then we've got a 4 or 5 week gap to get other players back
to
fit.
scratch.
So I need to tell you this quick story, right? What you're talking about, Gordon, right? So see, you're talking about the games and that day, right? I was in the village hotel, at swimming, and I came out today, and there's these 2 guys talking, right? I don't know if this guy was on the drugs or what, right? But this guy says to the other boy, "So we'll horse Napoli, right? I think we'll get a couple of goals against them because they'll not be trying, and we'll probably pump Napoli in the game against Ajax as a formality."
But to be fair, Si, we had the same conversation when the draw was made about 6 weeks ago, and we were predicting it, saying, if we could nick a point away in Napoli, get a point at home against Liverpool, and get a point away at Ajax, then beat Ajax at home, we'll get at least third.
Aye.
So we were having these conversations and all.
This guy's still having it, and I thought that's incredible how people could be that optimistic. Having watched a wee bit of Napoli, playing Napoli are outstanding. We didn't realise how good a group we got. We were all laughing when we got a good group.
Listen, Liverpool beat Man City at the weekend again, and and Mo Salah scored, and Man City have been flying the whole season. So Liverpool are not a bad team. So they're not a bad team at all. So it was just you don't mind getting beat 2-3-1, even 4-1, but it's a manner of defeat the last 10 minutes where it was like shooting in for the last 10 minutes, and there was no. You didn't see that desire for the blocks or the defenders to.
As I say to you, Gordon, the old guy behind me was like, "What's the score?" Because you couldn't see the scoreboard. They went 6, 7 or 8, and I forget things, so I'm like, I can't look.
Well,
I stopped at 4.
as I said to people beside me the other night, it was the 6th goal that killed us.
Aye, well. But so back to the league and what we're talking about. The results haven't been bad in the league, and hopefully we're going to do this in the cup. But we shouldn't be talking about the League Cup's a cup we could win. It's a cup. You should be saying.
I know.
It's a cup we're going out to win. That's the way you should be addressing it. And it's £20 a ticket. I know. Joanne, you're a bit younger than me, just a wee bit, but you'll not remember this. At one time when you bought a season ticket, that was part of you get the first League Cup game. You used to get all the League Cup games.
You also got the first European game and all the friendlies.
And I've heard people on the Facebook now, people, due to the way the crisis is, people are saying they're skint and they're going, they can't afford to go to football, the £20, they really need to go to the game. So that's not going to help as well, but you're hoping it's going to be a good crowd and Rangers are going to get a few players in my opinion, that's not played for a while, and get a really good result and a good performance.
I'm not sure if we're going to get a big crowd tomorrow, and there's been some emails sent out today, and I checked the availability of some of the seats, and most of the stands are empty. Most of the stands you can buy tickets in, shall we say. But
again, why not drop if that's the case, why not in the first place for the board?
Because they can't, because the season ticket holders like myself and you and that and Joanne, we paid our 20 quid, we paid our 25 quid.
I mean originally, why not say, look, the League Cup, a tenner, because you're paying a lot of money for a season.
If you've just paid Champions League as well.
I mean,
the season ticket I've got, as I said, I know I've done this rant last week, but I'm ranting about it again. My season ticket's right behind the director's box in the main stand, 6 rows behind them, and the Champions League, they moved me to right on side behind a pillar. No, a pillow. I needed a pillow after the game, I was like that. They put me behind a pillar, and it's £15 dearer. I'm like, that's incredible. I'm in a restricted seat and it should be cheaper.
Oh, so you're lucky you're behind the pillar. I've seen the last 20 minutes. I would have paid 20 quid to hide behind the pillar.
Honestly, I couldn't see half of the players when it was on, but I just think sometimes the board again should be thinking outside the box. How do we get Ibrox full? They've got to give Dundee a percentage of the money. I can't mind how that works.
I don't know how it works in the League Cup. I know in the Scottish Cup it always used to be half. It used to all be 50-50. But I don't know if that's an old-fashioned thing or not. But
I can't remember. Would you want to do the comments? Because loads of people see if you're on the group page, we'll not know who you are because we don't. It just comes up as Facebook user. So who wants to read them out? I'm trying to drink coffee.
It just says Facebook user, a great show, Si. Meet you at the scooter rally at Millport.
Who is it? I met hundreds of people.
This is no blind date.
Aye, I met guys from Northern Ireland and I was drunk, so I can't remember. But it's nice to meet you, my man. I will assume it's a guy. David Heard, our midfield and the wingers worry me most. Nobody is playing consistently well and we are chopping and changing every game. consistency with the manager selection. 100% agree with that.
David, quick question from you on that, because you'll be able to respond to that, I know you will. Do you think it's because the players don't know their instructions, or is the manager setting out the wrong instructions, or are they just in poor form? Because I'll say that they're not bad players. Tillman's not a bad player. Lundstrom's not a bad player. Ryan Jack's not a bad player if he's reasonably fit. Stephen Davies is still an international player. We don't have, it's not an awful midfield. Even Matondo's came through the German Bundesliga, Schalke,
Yep.
an international player. They're not bad players.
But again,
So-
the point that he's making is
And
quite
Kent, I forgot about Kent.
I know.
Maybe that's what you're
Forget
thinking
about
of. He's not a bad player. So are they getting told? Are they just not getting the right instructions? Are they not getting the right coaching? What's going on?
Well, my worry about it is I agree with what he's saying there. It was David Hurd said. Why was Sakala dropped? I thought Sakala was the only player that played reasonably well for most of the game against Liverpool, and the game's building up to it. I thought Sakala's been playing well, and again he's dropped. Kent gets dropped one game, half a game, and he's straight back in again. I don't see the consistency in that. Tillman, I like the boy, good goal, but where did he come from? He just came from Navy again. It just seems to be random changes in the team. We've not played the same team the whole season.
Seems like he's just putting a player in, hoping he'll turn up again. Like he drops Tillman for a couple of games, puts him in, and then hopes he'll get a performance. And to be fair, it did work the second half in Sunday because he got that great goal, but he didn't look too hot the rest of the game right enough. But that's all you want. If you've got a winger that can score that kind of goal, then that's all you really need sometimes.
Joanne, you wouldn't have seen this. I wouldn't imagine you've seen this. When we brought Morelos on, it was a goalkeeping coach that was giving him instructions. I'm thinking to myself, well, that's it, by the way, that's not Joanne farting, that's the dog, I think. That's wee Lily.
What do you mean, Si? There's no dog here.
The goalkeeper, it was mentioned on the television, on the Rangers TV. The
Oh,
goalkeeping
about your dog?
No, she's getting bored with us already. The goalkeeping coach is giving Morelos instructions. I just found that a wee bit absurd, to be honest, when you've got... Is
Yeah.
Roy Mackay coaching the strikers or what's going on there? You just wonder. But guys, let us know your thoughts on it anyway. Somebody's just told me, hey Si, I don't know who that is. So, how you doing?
When's Redvan going to get a start? Too much money's on the bench. He must start, and he must start tomorrow night. But you've got to say, I mean, Redvan came on against who was it? Came on against St Mirren and played well. Like he had one bad cross, but he came on for 10 minutes. He was touching the ball. He wanted to get on the ball. He was asking for it.
Much to be paid for him? 5 million?
4 or 5 million. Probably one of these deals where it's 3 or 4 million up front and another 1.5 million in instalments. But it's not. It's been here. He's been here 3 or 4 months now. He has. If he doesn't start on Wednesday, there's something seriously wrong.
When I first seen the name Red Van mentioned about Rangers, I thought it was Bob Malcolm's ice cream van. The guy's actually, he's got a reputation as a good player, but he's only 21, and you keep hearing this thing. I don't really understand it. You keep hearing this. They're only 21. They're not old enough. I'm pretty sure when we bought him as a player to come into the first team. But for what I've seen, Gordon, I agree with you. I actually think the boy looks really good. And Barisic could be doing getting dropped.
At least a rest.
Or a rest. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, really, isn't it? Anyway.
Aye. Mark Aitken won't be here on Wednesday. Won't be here Wednesday night live Premier Sports. Not really sure. We are home. Let's hope Celtic get beat their game at 6:15. That's 2 odd kick-off time, so you get 6:15 and then our game's 8:15. So if anyone going to the game, remember it's an 8:15 kick-off, not 7:45.
Which one's live?
Both are live.
Yep.
Were they? Is it one after
That's why they're having kick-off time, so they can show them both live. Aye.
Yeah.
Somebody who we don't know is saying about ring tonight. Don't cut me off. we still don't know who.
I know. Text me.
Unfortunately,
I know. I think it's David Crawford.
we
His name doesn't come up because
we still don't know who you are.
Aye, David, just send me a text with the last 3 digits of your number, mate, just so I know it's you.
Hey, Alex Clark's obviously talking to me. High Troops looking good.
Hello, Brian Matthews, you know him?
Don't know who he is.
Hi Brian, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
The only man in Scotland that goes to the hairdressers and asks for a King William.
Go see the hairdresser twice a week. Need to give Besham players longer contracts. Leon King's out of contract as well. Actually, if you look through the entire first team squad,
We've got quite a few.
the majority of players are out of contract either this season or next. So
Why is that?
the only way to describe it is either the players don't want to sign the contract or the board don't want them to sign. Like there's no way. Joanne.
Am I boring you, Lily?
Oh, sorry, it's a dog. Sorry.
That's quite a concern, though.
It's worrying that we've got a whole first team out injured right now, and we've got a whole first team that are out of contract in the next 18 months or so, 18 to 20 months.
Here's an example, right? See Leon King, he's no hiding the fact he's a Rangers supporter, and he's glad to be with Rangers. So why Rangers?
That might count against him.
Exactly, why are Rangers not going out there and getting anybody signed up for the contract in? Because these...
They should be now, make them.
The more he plays right now without signing a new contract, the more exposure he's getting to clubs that want to come in for him, and the bigger the chance he's got of getting tapped up.
Oh, you did fart there, Lily, man. You're getting banned for this show.
So £20 Rangers home game ticket or £10 live Premier Sports. I think I'd be there. Okay, good. I mean, if Premier Sports are paying, I'll charge about a tenner for the games, so yeah. But I think it was at the start, like it shouldn't be 20 quid. It should be a tenner, maybe 15 at the most, but it's 20 quid.
But then you see all the tickets that are left, and there were gold dust for every other home game. So this is when people should be going.
Correct.
Aye.
When they are cheaper.
Aye.
So you'd think it would be bigger.
That's a good point. Aye. Somebody's asking, somebody called Brian Marshall just saying, cracking Oswald's t-shirt. Where can I get one?
Be available to purchase soon. Watch this space on Oswald's
What
website.
did you say if you wear the shirt you're getting a rise? Oh, Mark Officer, how you doing, mate? It comes up Facebook user.
Right, okay.
If you come on the group page, know the group, know the page. I don't know why that does it, but it does it. Whereas Sands, I think he was doing okay when he was playing. Some people like him, some people don't like him. I think he's been played out of position. I don't think he's ever been a centre half, but he has been okay at times in centre half. Again, it's not been fair in Big Olsen, to be blunt. He's been different partners every week, and he finally gets Ben Davies settled down and gets injured. Whereas Sands, I think Sands is out of favour. As simple as that.
Sands was obviously suspended, and then he's not get back in the team. But I think Sands must be injured or must be tired, because I don't think Gio would play King consistently in front of Sands, but who knows. I
meant to actually do this. How many players have we actually got injured? We've got a full first team.
A full first. If you go through it, mate. I went through it last week, and we've actually got a whole first team out injured.
So people keep asking me this question, Joanne or God might know the answer, because I've not had a chance to look this up. I've even forgot his name. See the guy with the bad heart? Does anybody remember?
Okonondu. He's for Bournemouth. They signed him the same time as Jack Simpson. He's still technically a Rangers player. They can't rip up his contract because it's illegal.
But he's never going to play for Rangers, is he?
Probably not.
I mean, if he's got a bad heart, I hope to God he didn't watch that Liverpool game. Jeez. Has he ever... What happens there? Are we employing the guy still?
Of course. He signed a 3 or 4 year contract. He came the same time as Jack Simpson. They both came from Bournemouth, I believe.
So you've got that right. You've also got the problem with, apparently, not apparently about it, they've admitted now that Suter played for Rangers, played for Scotland, and then they said he had an injury before that he carried into these games. Now he's getting an operation. There's so many of these players that are getting injured, and there's things happening at training. Lawrence came back and get injured at training, whatever it was. What is going wrong here? Is it the medical side? Is it the medical side? Is it the training? Is it the warm-ups? I don't know, but something seems... There's too many.
Yeah.
But then if you think back, like Rangers, for the last 20, 30 years at Rangers, you've always had guys like Perini or Rosenthal, etc., the Jonas Tern, big money players that come in and their careers have been blighted by injuries. So it's been the same for 20 or 30 years. Perhaps they're getting brought back in too quick, or the injury's not getting treated quite well enough, and then when they do come back in a little bit quickly, it's getting ruptured.
Because I think Lawrence is a massive miss for Rangers. I was looking forward to him playing at the Piggery. We needed the best players we could get that day, obviously, the result. But he got injured and you thought he was going to be back in a couple of weeks. I know, it's hard to going for it. But it just seems to be guys like that. We really need them in the team when they're injured and they're out. And then this is a new buzzword. The World Cup, everything's going to be alright after the World Cup.
Aye.
You bloody hope so. Do you know what I mean? Because the World Cup, how long does that last? 4 weeks?
4 weeks, odd, aye.
So you get 2 months, a month and a half or something before it, and then 2 weeks. You'd hope the players would be ready by then. Stop kicking us, Lily. Right, couple of messages. I think Tillman is a bit better than a no bad player.
So I think I called him a no bad player. Somebody called him a no bad player.
He's
Billy-
outstanding
Billy's
talent,
saying,
and he will be a league champion this season. There you go.
Hope so. Certainly hope so. Let's hope. Aye. I agree. I think when he first came in, he was a breath of fresh air. He got a few of those big-headed goals where you're like, how the hell did he jump so high? But then he faded away for a few games, and he's scored that goal against Motherwell, but he's not played particularly well the last kind of 4 or 5 weeks. But when he did come in, he was decent. Aye.
Hopefully that's boosted him on Sunday.
Yeah.
getting that
I'm
goal.
just laughing at the comment, a breath of fresh air. You don't get that in the Gers TV with Lily. You're free to breathe.
Grading for Dubai from the ex Sakalan loyal and now the Patea loyal.
I think that's Neil, my mate Neil,
Okay.
who stays in
Alright,
West Russia.
okay.
Sakali in Ireland, Loyal is in Ireland. But
Right.
when I was in Dubai, and I met him in Dubai, I've known him for years, he did say to me he's going to kind of retire to Thailand, and I believe Pattaya is Thailand. I can't try to say it.
Well, not a Rangers
Pattaya
player.
is
Was not a Rangers player played for a year. Finnish guy Patea played for Rangers. No, I thought it was after him. No.
No
I
idea.
don't think so. I don't think that. Both games are live. Evening, Si. How you doing, Tony?
It definitely was.
King's contract ends in 2024. Well, we're nearly
Aye.
2023, so that's a year.
What if the 18 months time? That 18 months time. So in the next season.
Well, there's a question. What if the Motherwell Celtic game goes into extra? So is it extra time? There's no replays in the League Cup now?
Aye.
That's
So
right, innit?
well, 6:15, 7 o'clock, then 7:15, 8 o'clock, half 8.
That's right, actually.
Aye. Could do. Aye.
It will be at Ibrox till midnight.
But they had the Rangers game, mate?
I don't think they can do that. I don't.
No.
I mean, it's a possibility, I
I
guess.
don't know how
but,
it would work.
I don't. They can't be allowed to do that
The
because
B team are drawing one each. We update.
people can't go home. You know what I mean? So
No, I think there's
I-
there's got to be a legal kick-off. They've got to see the kick-off and they can't change it unless it's like they've got to have a reason for it, not just
no,
TV.
it's too late now. They've advertised it at 8:15. Everyone travelling up and travelling down and whatnot. So
They've obviously
yeah.
thought about that before it's...
so 8:15
Times.
kick-off. Their game's 6:30, 7 o'clock. So their game should end at 8 o'clock. Extra time takes it to 8:30. Aye, and then
Fingers crossed.
penalties 8:45. Motherwell win penalties 10-9.
Rangers kick off now.
Aye, no, listen, it's all the ifs
It's
and
a
buts.
possibility.
It's ifs
Well,
and buts.
if the game is delayed game is delayed kicking off, Joanne, do you know what anywhere Rangers fans can go before the game?
Puzzles back. Open from 11 a.m.
Happier.
Serving breakfast.
Good.
And it's still getting the food, aye?
Lovely food,
Yeah.
food by the way.
Aye,
Breakfast.
excellent. So, let me have a look here. All roads lead to Wednesday. What does that mean?
Hope that's no Sheffield. that could possibly be Sheffield Wednesday.
Aye, I get it. Tillman is a must as a number 10. Wasted when we played on the wing. Does the gaffer have a plan B when not going to plan? We had a wee chat with Jim Denny last night, the ex-Rangers player who's been massively into football and analysts and stats and things like that, and he was kind of saying to us about it's more the players' faults than the manager. But I've got a lot of doubts about the manager myself. I'm really concerned about him. Again, playing players out of position, it's a great point. Does he have a plan B? I don't know. I think we do have a plan B, Davey. Does anybody think we do? But
I don't.
I sometimes wonder if we've got a plan A.
Aye.
Well,
So I do, because you think to yourself, what's that? What's the? So many players don't get dropped. They'll never get dropped, and you're thinking. But there was argument I heard that after the Livingston game at the start of the season, somebody said to me, the first game at Ibrox, that the manager can't change after half an hour because it makes him look like a bad manager. That makes him, to me, it makes him look like a good manager.
I remember seeing Advocat change things, bring subs on in the first half and all that. I remember he brought off Conskelchus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I never did be able to say that right. Andre Conskelchus, but I remember he brought.
I think you
he
were
subbed
rushing
him
on
once.
that.
Aye, very good.
I think
They wonder she's sleeping.
I saw about the. To me, we expected. Oh, I think I expected anyway, but I know a lot of my Dutch pals told me not to expect it. That Gio would be similar to Advocat and he would be like a master tactician. He's certainly not been that. There's been no Dutch influence at all, playing wise, coming to the club. It's been a bit of a letdown, to be honest. After the way Gerrard had set Rangers up in Europe, especially, we became a force to be reckoned with.
Gerrard.
Although the Champions League, to be fair, is a massive step up before somebody corrects me, because every
To-
time you
to-
mention
to-
Champions League, people jump in with the 300 million for Liverpool.
Aye, to be fair, I mean the teams that Gerrard played weren't quite up to the same quality and standard as Liverpool, Napoli, and Ajax, but we still played
Yep.
teams like we still played teams like Benfica over 2 games, etc., and played really well. We went to Benfica and we should have won that game. We lost 2 goals in the
We
last
played
5
Leipzig,
minutes
but
or so.
they
But
were Leipzig were a diddy team. Right?
we beat Benfica. Good, very very good team. We should have won away from home as well, but. So yeah, it is a difference in quality, difference in class. There is, but it's not a massive gulf, because they're still good teams. But
back to
thing
the
with-
point, does the manager have
well,
a plan B?
let's get that. Getting back to that, Gerrard in Europe believed in his team. I just don't think Gio's believed in this team doing it in the Champions League. I think they were just happy to get there.
Yeah. So that begs the question that everyone keeps sending us in as well. Is it Gio's team or is it Ross Wilson's team?
If you asked me that 2 months ago, Simon, I genuinely said Gio's teams. I don't think any manager could possibly allow it to happen. But
What would you say now?
I would say it's 100% Ross Wilson's team.
That's my fear. So where do you go for there?
Or if it's not Ross Wilson's team, it's the players that, it's probably Gerrard's players that he's scouted in the past, or they've been on the shopping list for a couple of years, or they've thought to themselves to bring them in. Like it's, they brought in. I don't believe Gio would bring in John Souttar.
What was the whole thinking with the John Souttar one? Nobody's going to be able to say that they didn't know he's injury prone, because that's the one thing the guy is.
It's a gamble. I think maybe they looked at
Not
it and
sure
went.
you would know his history.
Aye, maybe
Aye.
maybe they looked at it and went. Well, the thing about John Souttar is, he was a very very promising talent. 5-6 years ago at Heart, he is a good defender. But they probably thought to themselves, well, if we look after him and give him a rest every so often, he might not be so injury prone. But it's a gamble that's failed.
I get a text sent to me, I don't know if it's true, it's just one of these ones probably might not be, but that Souttar got a plate put in his foot.
Not heard anything.
I bloody hope no, 'cause that doesn't sound good, does it?
It's worrying with all the players that's injured. Just don't know.
So you
Very
just, again, to answer that, I think it's Davy Crawford that's asked that, the name doesn't come up on the screen. The managers, I don't think he's got a plan B, to be fair. I think it's just similar to Warburton. Go out with the team and it's no changing, and we'll stand back till we get it right. Big one for me is the set pieces. I don't see, we're losing goals at set pieces all the time.
Aye.
At every level, not just Champions League level, every level.
Late goals as well, which makes it worse.
Yeah.
Right, somebody might read that one.
Well, I was hoping you were going to skip past that. And Mark Aitken saying, do you think this could be idea of Rangers to TV live 2:30 to 5:30 Saturday? Could just TV look team up, so do a live thing up to 6 PM like do here? Mark, I'm sorry. Could you maybe send us that again?
Do you think this could be
Do you think?
an idea?
Be an idea if
If
Rangers
Rangers TV
TV is live
live
from half 2 till 5:30 on a Saturday, could your TV
Do a live
Come up
thing?
with-
do
Yeah,
a
live.
live from 6? Oh,
Possibly.
It's just where we date for, that's the problem, because if you're doing it outside, you're going with the weather, and if you're doing it and that, you need to get a place near Ibrox if you're going to be inside. That's the problem with that.
Aye, Mark. I mean, obviously we all go to games as well, so it's as I says, it's getting that location, and we can't get back to our studio for 5:30, 6 o'clock after the game.
Good point there for Brian Matthews. What's your thoughts on young Lowry? Great to hear he's nearly back from injury. I'd have him in the starting 11 every week. I think and it's a lot of pressure on him because he's a young boy, but I would be looking, and maybe after the World Cup, seeing everybody else is saying that, to start trying to build the team around him. It reminds me a wee bit
100%.
like Ian Durrant, maybe Ian Durrant box-to-box player. He's got all the ability, he's a Rangers supporter, and he's got confidence, but he's also got something that when I found this, I felt like an old man saying this. I was watching it because you hear people commenting like football, you go, what makes you make this a comment? But he can find space. He's one of the guys that he can run into a place and find space.
Well, remember the conversation we had last night where
You know what I mean? He's have to say, I sound like an old man saying
yeah, he's a very very big talent, but I think if you brought him in right now, he might be under a bit pressure, and because the team's not playing well, the players around him might make him suffer. However, I agree that he's a fantastic talent and he should get a chance. As the midfield right now playing exceptionally well.
Well, that was it. The comment I was going to say, Gordon, was nobody's going to say that Stephen Davis isn't a great player and a great football mind, but the Liverpool game showed us one thing: our midfield has got no legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
So.
And how long do you keep playing with Davis? I mean, what age is he now?
Fresh young ones back to start. Keep going.
So I would say yes. I think we need to start building a team around guys like Lowry.
I think what I don't particularly like about Gio's tactics right now, but which kind of might shut Lowry out a bit, is that the midfielders he picks are always defensive in nature.
Yeah.
He picks one attacking midfielder, which is either going to be, with Gio's tactic right now, Arfield, Lowry and Tillman. So I just, the way he sets up, I would love to see Rangers get home against, I'm pointing this out in the show, yes, we won 4-0 against St Mirren, but, they could have scored quite easily to get back in the game, and we've set up with two defensive midfielders.
Yep.
Why not at home against your lower league, like Ross Counties, etc.
Well, tomorrow night.
Go with two attacking midfielders, or at least try it.
Rangers should be strong enough to be able to try that, and if the worst case scenario it didn't work and Dundee run up the park and score, then as Davey, I think it was Davey that said it, they've got a plan B to change it back to the old style and go back to that, and they say, look, the manager tried that it didn't work, fine. But I think you need to experiment. I think all the good managers experiment. The good managers get it right, they get it wrong, but when they get it wrong, they go, guys like Mourinho, when they make a mistake, they correct it.
Yeah, I mean, go out and make a mistake. Like, why not? When Lawrence is back when Lowry's fit as well, why not just try them? Even if we're 2-0 up, 3-0 up with 20 minutes to go in a game, bring them up, have them both on the same park and see how they get on.
Tomorrow night's the night to do it.
Aye. Have done my shot. What have we got to lose? Someone's saying, again, we don't know the name, but someone's saying Morelos and Kent should leave in January. I'm sorry, as much as they're not playing particularly well, I don't agree with that. Unless they come out and say that they're not signing a new contract. The
longer they leave it, the more power they've got, because agents just want money. And the longer they leave it, to me, it's going to cost us more money.
They need to be replaced.
If Rangers, that's what I'm worried about more. How do we replace them?
Yeah. But if Rangers want them, why are we waiting?
It just go back to what we said at the top of the show about the contract situation at Rangers. There's just something not right about. I mean, are the players waiting to see if there's a managerial change?
Could be a reason why they're not wanting to sign a new contract.
Well, I mean, players have got feelings as well as everybody else, and they've got opinions. So I think Morelos likes playing with Rangers. If we're talking about Morelos, I think he likes it. I was in the coffee shop along the road, and the lassie there, it's Morelos, his wife's best pal, and we joked her a couple of weeks ago. Said that he loves Scotland. She went, he loves it. He absolutely loves it, but it's no Colombia. That's a good point. It's not his home, but he's not going to move to Colombia as a football club. He's going to go to England or Europe if he leaves. Unless he gets an offer he can't refuse, I think he would want to stay with Rangers. But I think Morelos is a wee bit like most of the great players. He wants to be loved, he wants to feel welcome, and he wants to be the Rangers number 9. He doesn't want to be a sub.
Yeah.
The longer he's a sub, the longer his contracts. He'll have an agent saying to him every game, you're not playing again. You're not playing, what's the manager? Do you know, he'll be feeding them all the negative stuff.
Every transfer window for the last 4 years, Morelos has been linked with almost every club in Europe, and he's not went. So
that's true. Yeah.
I don't know if Rangers want him to stay, they'll make him an offer, and if he wants to stay, he'll accept the offer.
Ryan Kent, slightly different, I think. Where do you start with him? He's got all the talent in the world, but we paid £7 million for him. In the last year, would you say you've got £7 million off of talent? I would say no.
But absolutely not. But then you look a year and a half ago, I think Leeds were linked with him for £11-12 million, and everybody was saying then, no, we can't. He's worth more than that. Don't sell him. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. So, I just think the tactical situation at Rangers is Kent's not getting out to express himself. There's something up with the coaching and Kent.
Right,
there's something not right somewhere.
Just when you mention the coaching, this is a good point. I'm going to read this out because this is where it all went wrong with Alfie, in my opinion, with Morelos, and it's where, in my opinion, Rangers lost the league last season. Alfie was forced, and I don't know if this is true, Alfie was forced to play with his muscle injury, and they let him go to Colombia on that journey knowing he was not going to play. The medical staff at Ibrox are a disaster. That is a major concern because before he went to Colombia, Rangers looked like they were going to win the league.
He was in good form. He started off slowly on the duel, but he came on into a game and I think he scored maybe 6-7 games in a row, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but he was in very, very good form.
Also, would I know be right in saying that the injury got worse when he went? I don't think he was. I don't think he looked at. He went there. Was he injured when he went to Colombia, or did he get injured earlier? I think he was injured before he went. That's the point.
He didn't really play for Colombia, so I can't. He must have got an injury before he went, and then it aggravated when he was travelling or whatever.
Well, that was my next point. See, when you travel, when you travel on a plane that distance, it doesn't help an injury sitting me. Why did they? But
Why did they
again,
go in the first
did
place?
Morelos insist that he wanted to go, which knowing he's not going to play, and could Rangers have stopped him? That's a good point.
But then, as much as like we live in a country where half the fans like Scotland, half the fans don't like Scotland. Morelos does love his country, and he wants to be the Colombian centre forward. So any stuff he's got, he wants to go to the World Cup as well. He would have wanted to try and get a game, score a goal, and get in the World Cup.
Also puts his value up. I also increases his value, and obviously gets a bigger wage with it if you're an international player. I get that.
But I think maybe what's happened is the Rangers physios and medical team haven't actually realised he's had an injury.
And they didn't realise Suter had an
Or
injury,
they
and all these players.
didn't realise how serious
It's
it was.
worrying. So worrying though.
It's worrying when you think the wages that these guys are on if they don't pick up the injuries. But you're sending them out to Colombia, and that's when it all went downhill in as far as the league. If, for an example, he didn't go to Colombia, would he have been fit enough to play in the Europa Cup final? That's the kind of thing you should be asking the questions.
Yeah.
Because Rangers had Morelos in a Europa Cup final, there would have been a totally different prospect.
I fit Morelos. I fit.
Yep.
Oh, I felt one, aye, yeah.
Aye.
Kenny, my wee dog's Lily sits beside the microphone. She's got her arse about 2 inches away from it now for some reason, and she just decides to snore and make all the noises and grunts and you name it. But it adds to the show a wee bit, because if I don't, she'll start screaming to get in. Going round in circles, we need to get rid of the old wood in this team and the rats and the board.
Wouldn't go that's a bit. You know, we obviously want to be respectful and all that. I don't really think that the board are out to particularly sabotage or hurt Rangers.
The thing about
certainly they make mistakes, aye, but I don't think they're out to sabotage anything.
Again, but the thing about the old wood thing, right, I do think we need an injection. First of all, what we were talking about earlier on, we need the players that are young to get the contract signed. Why that's not been done, I don't know. The older players, a goalkeeper is 40-year-old. Whether we love McGregor or no, he's 40-year-old goalkeeper. We should have a young goalkeeper in there, and it should be consistent.
We got young McCrory who played that Old Firm game last
year.
He played that Old Firm game last season, and that save when we were 1-0 up, that save he made was a world class save.
So it's down to the manager if he's got trust in him. But my point I was trying to make is, in the short term, again up till Christmas after the World Cup, until the January window, we can't get rid of anybody. We can't get rid of the old wood. And are they going to make a lot of big changes at January?
Well, it's hard to get rid of people. See, when you've got a whole first team injured, it's hard to get rid of people and all, because...
Nobody wants an injury.
Well, there's Roof, for example. Roof's a great player. Who's got to take a chance on him? Because you're buying a player that's only going to play a quarter of the season.
You maybe took a chance. You maybe take a chance maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, but you don't take a chance with him now. You're right, or you don't pay a lot of money for him now.
The other point is on the board. Regarding the board, I think the AGM is in November. I think it'll be an interesting AGM, but I also think that, like every board that Rangers have ever had, it'll be hard to ask questions, and it'll be sanitised so that things look good and everything else. That's how these things work. But it's for the fans. If you're there, you used to have Rangers supporters trust where they organise the questions and things like that. People are clearly unhappy because you see it on this show every week from various things, from the Managerial's controversy, as I call it.
The Managerial's tax.
The PR man has been sacked, or he resigned, but I think he was asked to be resigned or asked to resign. He's not been replaced. There's a lot of things that people are concerned about. However, they're going to have to try and make their concerns made at the AGM. Other than that, again, as I've said this for a few weeks, Jim, I'm not keen on the guys on the board now, but I'm not just going to leave. That's the problem. And I said, I'm trying to get an interview. I don't know if I said this, I did say it last week. I've got a good chance of an interview with Dave King. He's interested in talking to Gers TV. I'm 50-50 with Dave King, and I think it would be good to give people the devil's advocate and the two sides to the story. He's definitely a Rangers man, and he's definitely put money into Rangers before, but people are saying he wants his money back. I would like to interview him, but I would interview him and just take questions and let people make their own mind up. But a former chairman coming back to the club and being told he's not allowed in the director's box,
it's just petty, innit?
leaves a bad taste in the mouth for me.
It's just a bit petty. Joanne, you've got a wee fan there, Angie Murray, saying hi.
Hello Angie.
Is that your pal?
I hope we didn't have a hangover on Sunday.
What are you suggesting? I A boozer.
She was on a Saturday.
She's like, I had one drink, it was... I
Right.
forgot that, I've been watching that serial killer all week. See that serial killer that's spiking the drinks and that, Jeffrey
Okay, right.
Dahmer. I've been watching him. I'm terrified to go to the pub anymore.
Some of the stories you told me about what happened Sunday, I'm not surprised.
Oh, that's your man's pal. I'm not even going to go there.
Mine's
No, your female pal.
Stephen McCormick,
Your female
NASA.
pal that tried to steal my scooter.
Stephen McCormick, NASA, Toronto, 13th to 15th of June 2023, Sharon Hotel Centre. Stephen McCormick, great.
Stephen, are you from Toronto?
Yes, the Gers TV would. Si, you want to say it?
I would love to be in Toronto. We were in Vegas last year. We done a wee event there, and I've spoke to some of the guys already. I'm thinking we're going to be over in Toronto anyway for NASA, but we're looking to try and do maybe a couple of wee events.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Toronto is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Something really professional.
Yeah. No.
Beep beep. That bun's in his arm there.
There's Dafty.
There he is. The man with the turkey teeth.
Rob, and he's saying no Dutch players in the team should tell you something about who's calling the shots. Yeah, I mean he's brought in that he's brought in the chief scout for Ajax or whatever, and we've not signed. I mean we've signed players for Germany and Scotland and
Makes no
whatever,
sense.
and Turkey. And,
Gordon, I'll ask you a question.
and America and whatever, but
I'll ask you a question, right? The people are alluding to the fact that Gio's not a strong manager, right? If Dick Advocaat was a Rangers manager and he wasn't allowed to buy Dutch players and it was other teams' players, do you think he'd have stuck about?
well, I can write up. Who would Walter Smith stick about? Would
Exactly.
Advocaat stick about? No, of course he wouldn't. But it just depends. Gio's might be just be happy to be the manager of Rangers. I don't know. Maybe he's like.
So that tells me he's weak then, if he's not going to insist on his young players.
Maybe they've got a long-term plan where they said, look, what do you know what? We've got players out of contract in a year, 2 years' time. You can build your own team then. But that's a massive gamble in itself.
The reason that's a massive gamble is in football nowadays. I mean, look at that English Premiership. I know we're not in that, but managers are getting sacked here every other day.
Or maybe they looked at the Dutch. I'm not saying this is going to be true or not, but maybe we don't know, to be honest. But maybe they went to the Dutch league and they went and there was nobody affordable we could have got. You don't know, but why not just come out and say it? Like, why not tell us? I don't understand like the lack of transparency as well. It's there's just something not quite right. If you look at Ibrox, from the players to the coaching to the tactics to the board to the signings, overall there's just something not quite right.
Is that all your messages coming in? That's the fan mail coming in. I don't even get this kind of fan mail.
As a dog getting on the messages.
Oh man, aye, but again, somebody's wrote, I'll try and read this out without swearing because I'm on a yellow card. Surely, if it was Gio signings, there would be at least one Dutch player. Gerrard left because of lack of funding. History repeating itself. Still the effing ingredients people, though.
Did you get the dinner, Albert?
I agree with that what you're saying there. It just doesn't make sense. A Dutch manager who played a big part of his career in Holland, played with Rangers and it was a Dutch influence, played for the Dutch national team.
He's also managing Holland as well. He was managing a Feyenoord.
And no bringing any Dutch guys in makes you wonder. Aye. I'm going to open the calls in a wee minute, but first of all, we have a dinner coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Gordon, do you want to talk about that? And I'll just quickly put it in the middle here. No, I'll just leave it because I'll mess things up.
Jersey, we're running a dinner at Ibrox Stadium, 11th of November, Friday 11th of November, so I think it's 3 weeks on Friday? Possibly, 3 weeks on Friday, aye. So please come along to that. You get a 4-course meal, not a 3-course meal, 4-course meal. You get 4 fantastic speakers who are absolutely fantastic. They'll tell you everything you ever need to know about Rangers. We'll also have access to the trophy room as well, and the Thornton Suite, etc. will be open. Will be open early, and when you come in the stadium, up to the venue, you'll be up the marble staircase.
With a piper.
It's a truly historic event, and there'll be other stuff we don't want to talk about because it's a surprise. Tickets are only £75, and for that you're getting your 4-course meal, all your guest speakers, your entertainment, your DJ, your dancing, your drinking, whatever you want. The
bar's usually open to about 1 o'clock in the morning because we're getting the late licence on it, so effectively if you get there early, you're in Ibrox for 7 hours on the bevy.
Most important thing for all the historical people out there, you'll walk up the marble staircase, you get a trophy, your photo taken in there, and the trophy room will be open as well, so you can have your photo taken in there while your friends and your family.
So that's a flyer for it. Guys, if you're interested, send us a PM or the dog's just trying to kick us off of the chair here. If you're interested in sending us a PM or an email, the email details are on the flyer. You can either take tickets or you can take a table.
Yep.
And it'd be great to see you come
We
along.
we sold out our last event. It was one of the best events that's ever taken place at Ibrox, and that was told to us by the Ibrox staff as well as all the guests there. Tickets are selling out, so you don't want to miss out on it. So please join us for that dinner on the 11th of November. It's going to be absolutely smashing.
And gives a wee shout. Right, guys, for the next 20 minutes we are going to open the calls up. I'll just quickly put this on.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. The Gers TV. Hit it.
And your friend.
There you go. So that is the calls on now. If anybody would
Yep.
like to call us, I'll put the number on the screen. Gordon, can you remember the number before I
It's
do that?
0141 319 5230.
There you go.
If you want to call us, please, if you don't have your number already saved, write it in the wee chat box, the last few numbers, so we know who it is. We don't want any cowboys calling in.
Yep.
Cowboys have been phoning us for 50 years.
Give us a wee call. Give us a wee update on the B team as well. It was one each the last time we heard. Loads of comments coming in. Oh my God, that's like my sister snoring. Say, well, you've not heard me snoring. I'm even worse.
Don't want to say
You
it.
cut it out. You're still on the show. Hello, Jodie. Who's Jodie? Is that your nickname? Oh no, Jodie. I
It's
think,
not mine.
I'm catching up. I think Jodie said hello to us. I think there's a dating site on here. Right,
That's because you're meeting that guy in Millport for the scooter.
this is no Tinder. Before we go any further,
Who's Stuart McGinnis?
don't know who these people are. They're not pals.
Lowry's
Anyway,
in the B team
Si,
tonight.
Lowry's in the B team tonight, I believe. Brilliant. That's what I want to hear. Lundstrom isn't playing well as last season.
True.
That's
yeah.
true.
100%.
I even say this. I hate saying this, but I think that song was the worst thing that happened to him because maybe went to see the wee bit after we're singing he's the best in the world now, or the best in the
Won
ever.
his Champions League.
Roddy Fraser.
I'm hoping he's going to
I
kind of
wouldn't
win the
say
Glasgow
so.
Cup.
I understand what you're saying here about Tavernier. Okay, I don't think Tavernier's been wrong because he still contributed this season. He still scored some vital
He's
goals, and he still scored some vital penalties, and I think. He scored some still scored some spectacular goals. He scored some vital penalty kicks, and he's still the captain. So I don't think he's playing rotten. But again, I think he's getting told to stay back by the manager. I think he's getting told to stay playing his own more than half the time. And it's frustrating.
I think he's the kind of player that would get angry at the manager if he's not happy with the tactics. He'd have his own opinion, and I think there's other players as well that have their own opinion on things as well. Carol, how you doing, mate?
Carl,
How you doing? Carol, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Si. How are you?
Living the dream.
all right, Carl.
Hi, nice to
Alright,
meet you.
copy.
Carol,
Good evening, young lady.
Good evening.
do you want to phone you with a woman? Because we see Carol might phone you, man. Who's she?
Aye.
Si, I just have a wee thing for Gordon about talking about young Lowry and Ruth. Now, can anybody explain to me how Ruth could play the ball tonight, yet Lowry's going to go back into the B team?
Wish I
To
could,
maybe
mate.
get injured again
I wish I could.
with animals.
I wish I could. It's baffling that he's
Great
playing
point.
tonight, but not playing the game against tomorrow, and that's a good point. If he's playing tonight, that means he's not going to get a game tomorrow. And tomorrow,
I don't understand how the boy was in the first team squad and has to go back to the B team squad, gets injured, goes back to the B team squad and get injured again.
aye,
Correct.
No,
You've
great,
got to
great
look
point.
after your assets.
yeah, it's a great point, Carl. To be honest, and I wish I
And
could,
the other thing with
answer
Morelos,
it.
he was injured before. Ross County game and he came up and he was all
Right.
full of plasters, elastoplast, but you know what I mean, the sticky stuff.
Sorry, Carol. That was it. That was the point I was trying to make.
Because your country has to get their players. You can't say no, you're not sending them.
Aye,
Well, you can if they're injured.
Aye, but their doctors is the final say.
Oh, I don't know. Is that true? Well,
Aye,
soon as
that
one,
is true.
soon as just have the mentality, you'll remember. As soon as just basically told the players are no gone.
I would say that or not. The players should say no. If you're injured, you just say no, even though you want to play. I can understand the guy. But, and the other thing, we're showing the games live side.
Yeah.
In the 90s in Germany, we had Premier Sport. It was just like Sky with the red button. you get every Bundesliga game on a Saturday. Every
Yeah.
one. You could watch any one you wanted.
That's
I
right,
don't see
aye.
how they can do it. Rangers and Celtic, I hate saying that, should get together and date themselves.
Well,
because this is a carry on.
Carol,
100%.
Carol, I think the reason behind it is because what it's very old fashioned in their beliefs, but I think what the old thing is that if they show the games at 3 o'clock to start live on the telly, it will stop spectators going to the games, which means there'll be a drop in gate money.
I don't believe that would. I know that, I agree with you, that's what they think, but I don't think it would actually happen.
I don't think it would happen either, but
No,
that's.
Still would still see.
See if you go to football every Saturday to watch Rangers, or if the guys that come from Northern Ireland,
But
it's a day trip, it's an experience. Whether it's on the television or no, they'll still go.
I but see, to be in all honesty, Si, if you're a Ross County fan, right, or you go to the Ross County games, okay, but you get the Old Firm game at Saturday 3 o'clock. Are you honestly going to go to the Ross County game against St Mirren? Or are you going to sit and watch the Old Firm game?
Right.
And that I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the thinking behind it.
But that's back to Carol's point. Basically, without swearing, F them and let's start looking after Rangers. Is what he's meaning.
No, I agree. I'm just Carol asked the reason behind it. And
Yep. I think we've got the TV deal that we've got in Scotland it's embarrassing. We already know that, but how do we get out of that? I don't know how we get out of it, because we were speaking last night, right, with Jim Denny, and he made a comment to us about Willie Waddle. He was saying he was one of the most feared guys in European football. Willie Waddle ran Scottish football at one point. He was feared. We've not got that anymore. We're getting on with these committees, the SPFL and everything else, and they're taking the easiest deals and the quickest deals possible.
people like Doncaster and that in charge. It's a joke.
Aye. Right. Well, good night. I hope someone else calls in quickly. And say hello to Lauren if he comes on.
I will.
Bye.
Well, do mate.
Right, see you,
Cheers.
Carol.
Bye.
Cheers.
Okay.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Look.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, no worries. Brian Matthews making a great point there. We've spoken about it a few times and none seem to know the answer. Thoughts on Kolak and Morelos playing as twin strikers together?
It's a great point, and I think we spoke about it a few times. We would like to see it, but he's not. But not only is he not going to start it, but he's afraid to try it as well. So at Mun game, 4-0 up, whatever, 3-0 up, and he takes Kolak off and boots on Morelos for the last 15 minutes. Why not just try it?
Aye, Gordon, I was talking to my brother Mark about it today, right? See, when you speak to people about this on Facebook and when you comment about it, this is the answer that everybody tells me, right? I don't understand it whatsoever. It's almost like you're a dinosaur. Brian's got the same opinion as me. Why not try this 4-4-2, right? And people are saying you cannot do that anymore. Football teams do not play with two strikers up front. How no? I don't get why no. What?
So Mun played with two strikers when they played Celtic about 3 weeks ago, and they're one of the only teams to beat Celtic in about 6 months.
Yeah.
So
There's an argument in the Champions League Rangers can't play two strikers, right? Simple reason, but we're not strong enough in the midfield and defence. That's fine. But we're playing Dundee tomorrow night. We should be able to play two strikers.
Yeah.
100%.
Aye, Rangers at home against Ross County or Dundee should be able to play with 10 strikers. I mean, and win the game. Maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but you know
However,
what I mean.
Brian, I don't think under Gio we're going to see. I don't
I
think
don't
we're
think
ever
he
going
wants
to
to
see
do
it.
it. Yeah.
I think there's two reasons why. I think there's a wee bit now, a kind of pride now, because he's not done it so long that if people are asking for it, well, I'll show you. I don't need to do it.
It doesn't want to do it either.
Well, at least the other side of the coin is if he tries it, it doesn't work, then he can turn around, he can come out and say, I tried
He's
it.
tried it. It's
Again, it just harks back to what I say. There's just something strange. For me, right now at Rangers, there's just something
There's
not
something,
right.
yeah.
Aye,
I agree.
aye, there's just something not clicking, or just something that magic's missing.
Yeah. I mean, it's if we can see it, the fans can see it, the media can see it, the players.
Everyone can see
the
it. So
players
think
will
how
also-
the players are feeling.
Aye, I mean, players will obviously be chats and they'll be groups of them and things like that.
And is that
Yeah.
affecting how they're playing?
I think there's an
100%,
element
aye.
of the players are not happy with the management or the setup.
I don't think the players are happy with the tactical instructions. I don't think Taverier's getting told to play within himself and stay back. I don't think Kent's happy with his instructions as well.
Yeah, and would Morelos like to play alongside Kolak and vice versa? I mean, for example, does Kolak like getting taken off 70 minutes? Alfie doesn't like being on the bench.
He gets taken off when he's on 2 goals, when he's going for his hat trick. How frustrating must that be?
I don't. To me, the
I'm
way
happy.
the way they're doing that setup, to me, it's kind of annoying the whole team. I don't see how it kind of. I agree with Brian. Why don't they try it? If they try it and it doesn't work, what have you lost? You've got nothing to lose because you've got 2 quality strikers. Why would you not try it? Facebook user 5322, attacking wing backs and 2 up
You
top.
can't play with 12 players.
That wasn't kind of good.
Aye. No, listen.
Is that meant to be 5, 3,
See,
1, 2?
see if we could play with 12 players, I'd be all for it.
Ah,
Fact,
that'd be fantastic. Many goals could be scored.
we should have tried it against Liverpool because even if it get postponed or abandoned, it will be a 3-0 defeat.
I
we
think
got.
he means 5-3-1-2. Is that right? 3 in midfield, 1.
No, he wants to play 5-3-2-2 plus 2 up top, so that's 14 players. I'm all for that.
Let's try it.
Aye.
I think the fans are a bit annoyed with the stubborn fact that the shape of the team doesn't really change. Rangers should be playing 2 strikers at home every game because every league team park the bus. I agree. Why do we need to sit back so much? Guys,
Well,
who wants to give us a wee call? 0141, can't see it, 3195230.
Teams sit. I saw you hitting it on the head there. Teams sit back against us, but then we play 2 holding midfielders. Why not play on Lowry, or if he's not fit, bring on somebody else. Like bring on an attacking midfielder, or 2 attacking midfielders. You've got Arfield who looks a bit isolated sometimes, and change it up a little bit. If you've got a team like Ross County, St Mirren, who you're not going to park the bus, change it up a bit.
Another example, Joanne, you work in the pub, right? So you're listening to different Rangers supporters probably moaning every day of your life, right? You probably get bored hearing it, right? However, a common thing that I'm finding now is there's no entertainment. I think a lot of people just, we're going through the emotions, there's no excitement. It's, we won 2-0 against Motherwell, 2-1 against Motherwell.
It's doom and gloom. It's like
did you come back for the game, and sorry for interrupting, did you come back for the game in Motherwell excited after that?
No. I did, but I didn't. Like, it's hard to watch now. It's the first half. It depends the performance. Usually, your first Liverpool, for example, the first 10 minutes, I thought, oh, here we go. Like, I was buzzing and excited.
And as soon as you thought this is going to be great,
it went, wee.
they get a corner and Rangers can't defend corners, and then the players' heads go down so quick.
If you watch the corner back, which I've done a couple of times unfortunately, so I put myself through it, Tavernier and Sakala are on Firmino. Tavernier doesn't jump, but that's their striker. Like, I don't understand why our central defender is no marking their centre forward. I know there's a height difference, so you get tall players on whatever, but it just seems strange.
And back to what I'm saying, football's an entertainment industry. You want at some point to be, you want to be off your feet. It's
Here's your pal Si that you swimming.
Second.
Here, let's keep believing. We'll get a point in Napoli. The Scousers were better Ajax, and we'll beat Ajax.
We can dream, eh?
Whoever it is, I think
listen,
Simon might get the swimming. He was saying before the show.
Listen, we're not wanting to write the Rangers off. We're just trying to be realistic, and we're talking about you're watching the football and you're trying to get an honest comment on how you're watching it and what you see. The biggest problem I've got is the players don't look over enthusiastic on the park. It looks a bit like lackadaisical, and it looks as if the players are a bit unhappy, and the manager does not fill me with confidence. Again, the manager said in his press conference today, I didn't hear it all, I listened to the first 30 seconds, he went, this is a cup that we can win. I think that's incredible to say that. Rangers should be every season setting out to win a treble.
I would like to believe that with that, it's just he's probably trying to say that we want to win it. He's maybe with the language, but he's maybe not just got his words quite right there. I'd like to believe that. Now I don't know, but I would like to think, given the benefit of doubt with that, but it is difficult given what's happened. But
right. Anyway, get a comment here. I'm just trying to understand this. Si, my mate's son is married to Alfie's wife. Alfie's wife's best friend. He don't lie. Didn't they say?
He didn't say he was lying.
I don't know what you mean with that. Do you mean that we said he lied or?
It's pointed because we'll try and answer it because I don't think we've said anything too bad.
I'm a Morelos fan.
So am I. I want him to stay.
Some of the best players that we've ever had at the club are head cases like Paul Gascoigne.
Aye.
And I think he needs to be loved and he needs to want to be. He needs the manager to want him to be there.
Aye, that's the price you pay with somebody like Morelos,
yes.
and somebody that you accept that sending off every so often to get the 20 goals.
I don't think Morelos on the bench will be happy, and I don't think it's made him a better player. It made McCoist a better player, but they're different characters, and I don't think...
It's not making... Morelos wants to go in the park.
Morelos is Rangers centre forward, and he has been for 3 or 4 years, and he's seen obviously Kovac come in, and he's got a bit frustrated, and obviously when he's come on against him, I don't think he's deliberately got himself sent off. Of course he's not, but it was just, for me, that was just laziness, that challenge. It was a stupid, lazy challenge.
He's a head case, right? But that's why people like him as well, because you can see a wee bit of himself in him.
Why are you calling somebody a head case on a show? You got us done in by Morelos.
You know what I mean?
He'll be up here.
You know what I mean? Paul
Aye.
Gascoigne, a head case, right? All,
Yeah.
all the great players seem to be, they've got this self-destruct on them, right? And you can see a wee bit of yourself in them. How many times are you watching a game? You went, if I was on the park, I would do this, and you think, well, you wouldn't really, right? And he gets himself into positions that get
Yeah.
him sent off, and the opposition know how to kind of wind him up. But on his day, he's your best player.
Yeah, and
My
he
opinion.
has he has been like over the last 4 or 5 seasons now. What has he been at Rangers for? 5 or 6? I think it's maybe 6 years now. He's been at Rangers.
Body language, do you think he's happy?
No, absolutely not.
I can tell straight away.
Uh,
The faces he pulls.
but yeah, and,
Aye.
you can say that about the whole team. Like whose body language right now? Does Tavernier's body language or Boris Barisic's body language say that
You
happy?
can tell there's definitely something
Right.
going
He's
on.
not right.
Guys, just before we say in the comments, if you use Spotify, please check out the Gers TV Spotify channel. There will be new content on there very soon, promise. There's been a few difficulties with getting the right kind of software and getting the right uploading software, etc. But we still got 6 fantastic episodes of our Amazing History series with David Herd for the Gers. David Herd. I was going to say David Herd from the Gers TV, but maybe that's not quite official, is it? So, but yeah, he's a fantastic Rangers historian. He does. He knows absolutely everything. It's absolutely fascinating. Some of the stuff I've learned about Rangers is amazing. So please just go on Spotify and type in the Gers TV, and you'll see all the episodes. Absolutely fantastic.
It'd be great if you could get a call somebody just to get the calls going. 0141 319 5230. It does cost you about half a penny or something if you call us. It's local rates, and it'd be good to get the chat on. We've also got the Patreon site if anybody's interested in that. We're going to have a new website up and running in the next 2 weeks, I believe. It's going to be a professional one, not the one I made up. And it's going to have some new merchandise on it and t-shirts, which will be displayed by the Gers TV PR team.
there'll also be some things, and what I'll say is, if you want to get involved in the Gers TV and be part of the website and give us content or write matters reports or anything you want in life, what's on the website or on the show, please get in touch with us, because after all, we always say this, it's your opinions and it's your show.
And we are going to do a wee event with the Oswald's Bar as well soon for Halloween.
Yes.
Joanne's
I will be
like that.
advertising.
Joanne's that? No,
I have no idea.
Joanne's that? No, Si said he wants to turn up women's knickers in a bag in. Well, it's the same thing.
Did Simon tell you he's got a Spider-Man costume for Halloween? He got it off the web.
There we go. That's
There
the
you
level
go,
of
that's it.
Brian Matthews, if Gio was to leave sacked, who would you like in as replacement?
It's a fascinating question, Brian. But there was actually, funny enough, at work. Sorry, I shouldn't answer this because people from work are watching, so they would know I'm skiving. I seen when I was on the way home from work the other day. I seen a couple of reports in the paper. That's how old-fashioned I am, papers. That they were linked with Michael Beale. Now I don't think they can get him just yet because there will be a lot of compensation. But a lot of people, whether it's true or not, people say Michael Beale was the brains behind Gerrard, and Gerrard's not having a great time at Villa at the moment. He could be a 1 or 2 games away from getting the heave-ho there. But
I think he's a future manager.
I would think that the closest we'll get, is Beale in the summer.
Right, I'm taking this call off because I can't see the digits, but I'll just turn it off a bit small blue nose right away. Hello,
How's it going, boys?
Hi.
what's your name?
It's Gary.
How you doing, mate?
No bad, pal. What's your take? What's going on at the club at the minute?
And
On the board level or the park or both?
More so the board level.
The Rangers supporters fought to get this board in, and they promised us transparency, and I don't think we're getting transparency. That's my opinion.
I don't think so either. Personally, the thing that let me doing, and what I saw doing basically, in the last window there, I think there should have been more signings, and I think we should have got another goalkeeper, because I didn't think McLaughlin can cut it.
I thought we should have got the guy, and I hate talking about Celtic, but I thought the boy Seacrest would have been a good signing.
Well, I was going to say that, no, but then I wasn't going to bring that.
no, he's a decent goalkeeper. Yeah, he's a decent goalkeeper.
Rangers have always had a good goalkeeper,
Yeah.
but now got a 40-year-old goalkeeper. Whether you think he's a good goalkeeper, which I do, he's a 40-year-old goalkeeper.
He's still a good goalkeeper, but we need to have somebody somebody reliable that can come in and to stake a claim for that jersey.
And then the other thing, I think Par's been playing up to scratch. I think Bonner Barisic, I think he's been rank rotten. And Ryan Kent, where he first started at Rangers, and then Aye, and then obviously he's fell a wee bit to the away side, but I've seen a lot of negativity in terms of the Motherwell game, and it wasn't great in that, but then 3 points are 3 points, I don't know.
Yeah, but just to your first comment on there, right? See, every level of football you played at, I never played at a high level. I played with the BB, the best left back in the BB. The only left back in the BB, right enough. But the one thing you do know is, see if the manager's not going to drop you, it doesn't motivate you. You can do what you want. You're not going to play at your best.
I know.
I grew up with Joe Wallace. The players would have been terrified to let Joe Wallace down. You need to play for your place, and I don't think the players in the Rangers team, certain guys don't need to play for a place. For an example, Ryan Kent and Borna Barisic.
But then, see, like what you said back in the day, obviously, you would have got a clip round the ears for that. But then, see nowadays, I mean, even Stevie G, obviously he's not here now, but then at the time, you had the certain fear at half time if we had played like that, he would have gave them a bollock and jinx Gio as though that's their personality, because I don't think he does.
I agree with you, mate. I don't think Gio's that kind of personality. I totally agree with that.
If Van Bronckhorst shouted at you, I don't think you'd be scared.
Aye, well, exactly. It's no like Steven Gerrard if he came in and he went absolutely mental at half time. Well, obviously they take note of that, but with Gio, I didn't think that the players would be scared if he gave them a bollocking. And kind of still like your Walter Smiths and Alex Ferguson's and even Gerrard. I mean, I ken Gerrard's he's just started his manager's bloody career as such, but I mean, even Stevie G coming in at half time giving the players a bollocking, I mean, they would take note of that.
Aye, I mean, a couple of things what you're saying there. First of all, if Gio Van Bronckhorst wasn't a Rangers great, I would say, because I thought he was an outstanding player, a great talent. I don't think the fans would be giving him as much time. Another thing is, all the great managers I can think of had a presence. When you mentioned Alex Ferguson, Walter Smith, guys like that. If Gio Van Bronckhorst walked into the press room and I was there, I don't think people would stop talking. I think they would just, there's a Rangers manager, whatever. But if Walter Smith walked in, the place would go silent. If Richard Gough wasn't a manager, but he was a presence, walked in, it would go silent. If Alex Ferguson walked into the Man United, it would go silent because he's got that presence on him and fear. I don't think we've got that with him.
But then, see the whole thing is, that I still think we'll win the league. Of course we do. I still think we'll win the league this season. Because I mean, the whole thing with that lot, I mean, that lot are not special. And I'll tell you something, as much as we've got players out and all the rest, I still think we'll win the league.
Well, I'll tell you my opinion on something. See the Old Firm games, right? And I've watched 2 Celtic games in the last 6 months. See when it's a 50-50 ball or a player gets injured, they carry on, they don't stop. Now, the St Johnstone game, I don't know if anybody's seen it. The boy, I think, broke his leg or got a really bad injury, seconds to go. Celtic didn't stop. See when they beat us 3-0 at Parkhead, the 2 Rangers players, Bassey and I can't remember if it was Tav, they collided their heads. Barisic, they collided their heads. Any other team would stop and they get in. Whatever. Celtic carried on, scored. At Parkhead, when they won 4-0.
That's what's wrong with us. See
too
the
nice.
times that we didn't play the whistle. It's unbelievable. We stopped, we seemed to just freeze. And
that's what happened when they won 4-1.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
When they beat us 4-0, 3 players in the first goal are waiting for the referee to say the ball's out of play.
Yeah.
No, it's just, you came and see for that game that we got beat 4-0. It was just unfortunate that I took the life to part, well, obviously it's not ideal, but I took her to our first Old Firm game and it was dreadful, absolutely dreadful.
But I still think Rangers can win the league. I agree with you there, but Rangers need to find a deadly streak. And when I say that, see when you score 1 goal, they need to stop this shutting the shop. They need to go for a second goal right away and try and kill teams off.
Goals every game.
Well, that's what's wrong. We seem to get maybe 2-0 up and then we take our foot off the gas. Whereas we should be wanting 3, 4, 5. Then we should be keep going.
And another point where you're making very similar to what you're saying. Celtic have done this thing where they're exhausted by 60 minutes, and a lot of European teams and St Mirren as well had found that out, and they attacked that weakness when they're going to tire. They play faster and tire the Celtic team out. But Rangers didn't do that. Rangers have played right in their hands.
See this season, have you not noticed that as well though? That this season, we're kind of we're getting to about 60, 70 minutes, and we're looking done.
Aye, we look down on our feet, aye.
See last season that we had double the games, and we were going into extra time and everything, and we still looked fitter than most teams.
I think
Yeah.
that's what got us to the Europa Cup final, and I think you're right there. Rangers were the fittest team in Scottish football.
Aye.
When we lacked ability, we had pace and we had fitness. What's happened there? I've got no idea, because some of our players look jaded.
Aye, no, definitely. I mean, it's just it's kind of, you want to sit there and you want to understand what's going on, because I mean the whole thing is now we're paying good money now, paying 70 odd quid a ticket to go and see Rangers Liverpool, which you didn't grudge that, but then when you sit there and see your team getting absolutely slaughtered, you're getting fucking hammered by Liverpool now. The first half we were brilliant, but the second half we were absolutely dire. And I ken that they've got a team that's worth far more than us, but then getting beat 7-1, it's just not good enough for a team like ours.
But that's to me, that's due to game management. It's a new term you hear all the time, right? Whether people like it or no, Walter Smith now went to shut shop. See when Rangers go 1-0 up, see if Rangers had defended for their lives the whole game and put the right measures in. We might not have won the game, but there's no way we should never have lost with 7 goals. If we'd lost 3-1 to Liverpool, Rangers fans would have left the stadium saying,
You just want that pride.
they're a very good team and we got beat. But I agree with you, game management, it was cannon fodder.
I mean, I think as us fans, we've done a lot, and you didn't ask for a lot, you're just asking for the team to put on 100%. If they go in the park, you're 100%, you can't ask for any more. But see when you're obviously watching a game and they're not putting in 100%, and they're lacking the ability to even try. I mean, you just want them to try. That's all.
100%. The only consistency with Rangers Football Club now, and the only thing that never lets them down, in my opinion, is the support.
Aye, definitely. I mean, if it was, see the support, they've been none but loyal, and that's the thing. I mean, the stretch to loyalty, and you can something. That's the thing that frustrates me. I mean, you're getting my Gers, and they're bringing out 4 bloody kits where, I mean, they'll be bringing out a Christmas kit for Christ's sake.
I know.
I look forward to it.
It's unbelievable, but then you didn't mind paying it, but then in return you're expecting the team to actually show up and give everything that they've got.
Aye, has to be a two-way street in it, and it's not been for the last few months.
No, so that's a great call, some great points, right?
Yeah, great call.
But the whole thing is, right, the Folkers, there's a 50-50 divide. Do we get rid of Gio? Do we not get rid of Gio? Now, I agree that Gio's been blamed for a lot of things, but then you need back into the board as well. I mean, the money that we brought in for season ticket sales, for shirts, for the Champions League, and obviously the Europa run. Sorry, fucking hell.
What's your language, please, mate?
Listen, the money that we brought in has been unbelievable, and the whole thing with that, all that money, and what have we got to show for it?
Again, it's going to be an interesting AGM, and the point I made a couple of weeks ago, see if the Rangers board, see if guys like Dougie Park, etc., needed their money back that they put into the club, just tell the fans. I think the fans have went through enough. If they get honesty, I think they'd accept it.
But then on the board you've got that fella that left the board, and then he was in the Liverpool end. I mean,
I know.
That's mental, absolutely mental. I mean,
I personally don't think the Rangers board just now is much better than the David Murray era.
Aye, no, I've got to agree with you, mate. And to be honest, I watch your show all the time, and it's absolutely superb. It's absolutely superb. It's the first time I've called in with enough, but absolutely brilliant.
Call again, mate.
Well, listen, it's a great call. I agree with a lot of your points, and some of the points I'm 50-50 with, but I think, to answer your question, I think the board are as much to blame as the manager.
Aye, no, listen, I agree with you on that, mate, but listen, I'll let somebody else come on, but thank you so much
mate,
for
great call.
All the best, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, pal, cheers.
We'll catch up with some comments.
Aye, I think he was. See what I say to you, niggas, I love to swear, I swear sometimes.
Aye. love to have Coyce come back. No, I'm not. Let's not.
I'll tell you something, you know, like
let's not-
McCoy will never go back in management.
Aye.
I'll tell you why. He's way Sky Sports and he's way Talk Sport. He's not going to. He's got easy life and he's made a fortune. He's not going to do that.
Well, there's a shout actually. Brian Bubba is saying Brian Matthews get odds with Sky Bet. I can't be an outside bet. I tell you what, he's an outsider, but
Brian never told you he was a coach. Has he ever told you that story?
Yes.
How many times?
Quite a few.
His little Uncle Albert, and that was this time I was a Rangers coach.
So let's catch up some comments. So the board of the disgrace. So Matthew Allison Brown Senior or Senior, depends. The board are disgrace, hiding behind closed doors where the fans suffer. So yeah, I don't think the board are covering themselves in glory. Lee Oakley is asking why do we buy Ridvan and not play him when Bonner's been so poor. Bonner hasn't been the worst player. I think Bonner was awful last season, but he's played. You know, he's not played well, but he's played a bit better than last season. But I totally agree. He should be given a chance.
Nobody seems to have to play for their place. That's the worry.
Yeah, Beale. So a few comments about Beale. I think Beale would be a fantastic. I think Beale's proved himself. Proven himself, but.
I don't see anything that number. 481. What's that? 7? No, we don't. Guys, we need your last 3 digits.
And I'm not sure Curry Muncher's probably going to be the best call to take. Unless he's maybe given us a.
If you just send us
Nice
your
to
last
see
3
all those
digits so we know who
customers
you are.
on this day.
Maybe he's giving us some food insight or something. I don't know. So guys, so we just took a call there. We didn't answer it because what if you in the chat box here? If you just leave your last 3 numbers, it's just we don't want. Obviously we don't want any cowboys. It's a family show. We don't want any cowboys on the show.
Aye.
As my grandpa used to say.
Aye. Plus the fact that it just kind of ruins the element of the shout behind you. But happened to Her Majesty the Queen. It's like people want to come in and phone in and abuse that. So we need to watch who we let on. So,
Right, so
the
good-
last 3 digits so we know who you are, and it makes
Yeah.
it a wee bit safer.
Good shout. Aribo and Bassey being sold hasn't helped the situation.
100%. We've sold our best players. We've not replaced them. The guys will replace them if they're good enough. Haven't they played to prove they're good
Yeah.
enough?
Well, absolutely. I don't think, but we haven't really replaced like for like. So, you know, we've obviously sold obviously Aribo, but we've not brought in an attacking midfielder. Yeah, we brought in Tom Lawrence, but he's not quite the same,
And he's injured.
and he's injured as well. So
Yeah, when you're Rangers support, everybody's getting all these things they worry about. A guy said to me last week, I was DJing Oswald, and a guy said to me, I mean, it's ridiculous we sold Bassey. And I'm saying he's one of my best players. I mean, no, we can't sing that song anymore.
well,
That's it.
Can
That's
I?
the extent
oh,
of
it's,
the song.
listen, good enough reason as any. Uncle Albert during the war.
Aye.
So we're probably going to wrap things up in about 5 minutes. If anyone wants to give us a quick call, please do.
Brian Matthews has been filling a lot of comments, and if you want to give us a quick call, or anybody else, you know the number 01413195230. Be reminder we do have a dance coming up. Sorry, we have a dinner coming up. We'll have it in the comments, the flyer for it again, and we've got our Patreon site. Curry Muncher, I don't know.
Mark McCallum, no, that's who it is. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a great name. So that's good. That's good that you're watching
Do you
this.
know
And
Mark?
thank you. I don't know Mark, but
Oh,
no, because
Aye.
he was saying. I think he was saying he was going to phone in, but
Aye, no,
his name was Curry Muncher. So I was just speculating that could be a wind-up call, but obviously it's not. So that's good.
I'm not
Right.
saying that Gordon Seldies, but see if it was Pie Muncher, I think he'd have been in there. Give us a phone, sweetheart.
So on that revolution, no. So I done November the 11th, Friday night. So it's a fantastic dinner. We've got the trophy room's going to be opened all till 10 o'clock. We've got also the trip up the marble staircase as well. We've got 4 fantastic speakers that are going to entertain you like you've never been before. And you know, we've got the DJ on. We've got absolute evidence. It's a fantastic night. So please give us a message or contact the show or send us an email at thegerstv@gmail.com and we'll sort you out with tickets, okay? Because it's going to be a
I think this is the
fantastic
day
time.
he's trying to call.
Okay, so if you try to call there, Simon's just trying to identify the caller. So there's been a lot of comments tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic comments tonight. Thanks very much for everything, all the comments.
But there's a lot of
I
people
think-
takes me regarding the Lundstrom situation, saying we'll not criticise him enough. As
How
I said,
can
I think,
you though?
I think after that song it's went to seed a wee bit.
I-
And he's been played at a different position now, and the only way you're going to make him a better player is doping.
I think that it all goes back. If you're you're right what you said a minute ago. If you're guaranteed a starting position every week, then yeah, you're.
You're in the
Aye.
team.
But again, do you take the risk of dropping a good player? Lundstrom, you can't deny Lundstrom's a good player. Bring somebody else in. But if you're playing against, a team at Ibrox, you should be able to play anyone, any member of our squad at home at Ibrox against anyone bar Celtic. You should be able to get a result with. And so try it.
My big thing is that if you're not playing well, you should be getting dropped in. Gio won't drop players who are his favourites. And I would say probably Lundstrom is probably one of the guys as well. Maybe he's a big personality in the dressing room and he's intimidated by doing it, I don't know. But I don't see him maybe experimenting. Again, so the boy Lowry, when he comes back, is he going to get into the team eventually?
Well, he's back tonight playing, but he's not fit enough or good enough to play in a League Cup quarter final against Dundee, or at least come on for
I
the
should be
second half.
getting a chance tomorrow, Rick.
100%. But we'll wrap it up at that. I think, guys, thank you very much to everyone who's called in, who's sent us messages, who's watched us. And if you're watching for Australia or Toronto or America tomorrow morning or whatever.
Yep, thanks very much for Joanne coming on for the Oswald's Bar. Absolutely fantastic sex in the pub. Been in it loads of times, it's absolutely brilliant. Please go along then if you haven't been. If you have been,
before she came on, she was telling us, I'll just say this, that I left and tell them this. But it's been fantastic, guys. I'm just trying to find my outro here because I've not got the Gregory Peck's on, and it's there. Thanks very much, folks.
Yep, good night. Always remember, we are
the people.
I have been lucky in those who were around me from the boardroom to the dressing room. In times of